Welcome! Today we are building the 4-state 10-watt dummy load. I said that right. On Take Radio! So play that awesome intro video! A quick shout out to all my Patreons who make the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Take Radio! Let's go ahead and start this build for the 4-state dummy load. Yay! Let's go ahead and do a parts count and inventory. There should be 5 circuit mount resistors here, along with a bunch of other ones that came in this little pack. So I think those are all there. There's 3, there's 4 and 5. 4 LEDs, another resistor, and a capacitor with the SMA. No, this is a B and C connector. Cool. Let's go ahead and get these set up and we will start warming up the soldering iron. This kit is my first surface mount kit. Actually the second. I didn't do that well in the first. But these are surface mount resistors, 5 of them across here, then 4 LEDs, then another row of 10 surface mount resistors. So I'm going to get some good practice in here. Then there is an actual resistor, D1, it's labeled here, and a capacitor right here. Finally, then the B and C connection will go here. This doesn't look that bad of a build. I'm looking forward to it. The instructions recommend, if you're using a soldering iron, to go ahead and put solder on the first pad, warm it up, and put the resistor on with tweezers. Then let that cool, then go to the other side, put solder on, and we'll go ahead and give that a shot and see how that works. Mike's tip maintenance here. Warm it up. Get some solder on it. Ooh, look at that. Go ahead and then clean it and get some more solder. There we go. Alright, we're going to do the first pad over here. I'm going to just get some solder on it. Oh, look at that. That was super easy. Now this is going to be tricky. I'm not that good with my left hand. So I'm going to line these up on how we're going to use them. If I can pick them up. Now resistors do not have a directionality unlike LEDs do. So you don't need to worry about which way you're going to put them on. I'm just going to line up all the numbers facing me so I can just pick it up and see all the numbers and read all the numbers, make sure I got them all in the right order so I don't have to keep flipping it around. So we're going to go ahead and warm up the solder again. Melt it. There we go. Place the resistor on it and let it cool. That wasn't that hard. While that cools, I'm going to go ahead and do the next block. Then finally, I'm going to come back to the first one. I'm going to warm it up a bit. There we go. Solder. Leave it there for a second. It's a little off the board. I wonder if you can see that. Alright, so I'm going to use the tweezers and push it down as I heat up each side. And then, using our voltmeter, we are going to test the connectivity of it and make sure we got a good connection across. And if it works, we'll hear a beep. I got a voltage. No beep though. Probably because it's a resistor and I need to put more power through it. But I take it. It's working. Let's do the next ones. Next we're going to do the 150. I'm going to press down this time. Oh, that looks beautiful. Oh, I might be getting the hang of this. I might be getting the hang of this. Goes number 2. Doesn't look as pretty. It looks like it'll work. Alright, less solder. Going for number 3, the 270. Less solder on the plate this time. These large pads are making it easy for me to solder to for the first time. Alright, 470s next. Last one, 750. No. No. Come here. Right side up. And a little bit of solder for maintenance. That is the first 5 resistors. Wow, look at that. And I am going to set up for the next 10. Do I have 10 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are really going to get our practice in today. How do you get these things out of here? Get out. You want to come out? Don't you? There we go. Alright, again, I'm going to line these up. There we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes! Alright, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to put solder down on the first pads, and then put the chip on, or actually the resistor, and then we're going to put solder on the second pad. I'm going to turn it just to make it a little bit easier for me. We're still in shot a bit. No! There we go. Attempt number 2. I think I burnt that a bit. We're going on to the next one. I'm halfway through these 5 resistor set here, and things I've learned so far. I think I've chosen the wrong tip for this. This is a fine tip, which is recommended in the instruction sets, but with these large contact pads, I am having to hold it across diagonally to heat up the whole pad. If I just put the tip on there, it's very hard to get the solder to flow onto the whole contact pad. So next time, use a wide, broad, or flat tip. I think that will make this much easier. Other than that, tweezers are amazing. Picking these things up with tweezers and holding them down. Sometimes getting it picked up correctly is a little bit of a pain, but these tweezers are amazing. I do have the iFixit electronics set, which I really do recommend. I'll find a link to that in the description below. Let's go ahead and get these last several ones lined up, and we will do the last 5. Alright, I'm going to try to narrate what I'm doing here with this next one. I am laying the tip pretty flat on the surface mount. Then I'm applying solder next to the tip. I'm watching it flow around the soldering iron. Then I'm trying to move it to the edge of the pad. Pick up this resistor, drop it down, then I'm going to push down on it, and holding it in place, pick up the soldering iron. Place the soldering iron next to the resistor and touching the pad, let it warm up for a second, and then place solder next to the soldering iron tip and just wait for it to melt. And once it does, it will just suck on in around it for a second and then pick up, and we're done. Look how amazing that's coming out. 3 more. There we go. Final tip maintenance. Get some solder on there. There we go. And we're going to do another continuity test. And there's a way to measure the resistance of a resistor. I don't know what that is with this voltmeter, but I know if I... There we go. Sweet. Alright. Almost there. Awesome. Look at that. Next is the easy part. LEDs, capacitor, and a transistor. Let's do the capacitor. The capacitor does not have positive or negative side. So I'm just going to slide that in there. And then I'm going to, on the other side, what I like to do is bend these outwards. Now it's being held in place, and we're going to stick that up, and then we are going to solder that in place on the back side. Actually, we're going to solder it on the front. I changed my mind. I can do that. Taking it, I'm just not seeing it. It's all on my tip. Nothing there. We're going to try that again. Maybe on the back side. There we go. My main camera here's 30-minute timer ran out. Thanks, UK. And I didn't realize it until I was ready to start testing. So as I awkwardly get set up here, I went ahead and finished the LEDs detector diode, and we can go ahead and start testing it. All right, I went ahead and took out my POTA G90 radio, and I turned it down to 1 watt. So this should be able to handle up to 5 watts. And I'm just going to put 1 watt through it and see if there's any magic smoke. Nothing. A little bit of a light here. We should have gotten a light here. 1 watt. No. Test 1 2. Oh, look at that. I got to put a tone through it. This is KG5AHJ. Look, the lights are going. The lights are going. Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. This is Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. 1 watt, 1 watt, 1 watt. Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. Then let's go ahead and crank it up to 2. This is Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. 2 watts, 2 watts. Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. We are at 5 watts, 5 watts. Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet transmitting at 5 watts. Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. No magic smoke so far. One last push all the way up to 10. This is Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet transmitting at 10 watts. Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. Woo! No magic smoke. Ha ha! Well, that's it. We did it. I did a thing. Look at that. I got 10 watts transmitting into this dummy load. 4-state QRP group. This was a dummy load they sell on their website. I think it might be also on Amazon. I'll link to one of them in the description. And I built it. It took me about an hour, but that was with the cameras, the shooting, the editing, the sound. I bet you could finish in about 20 to 30 minutes. But this is great. My next project will need to use one of these. So I can't wait. I need to test transmitting into a dummy load, so this is going to be perfect for me. This will probably be perfect for you, but it's only 10 watts, but that's fine. It's a kit. I loved making this. This was fun, and I can't recommend it enough. So until next time, y'all, go forth and conquer. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There's a link in the description below. And to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer.